going to tie a streamer pattern that resembles a juvenile sunfish or panfish. We're going to just use synthetic hair, and then we have a short shank, a little wider gap hook, so we'll tie it on that. We'll add a little bit of flash and maybe a bit of dubbing for the head. That's the general color we're going for. Tie in your tail section. Fold the forward line material back, put a small bump of thread so it integrates with the tail. Repeat that step one more time. A few barred pieces of crystal flash. Take the same material you were using for the tail, but cut it in half so there's shorter sections. We're going to start building up the head. One clump on the top, one clump on the bottom. Repeat the step again. Tie one clump in on the top, one clump in on the bottom. One last time, a clump in on the top, clump in on the bottom. I'll finish off the head of the fly with a little bit of lavender, sparkly dubbing, some darker green, and some fox fur. Dubbing for the top, dubbing for the bottom. Pick everything out. The more time you spend on this, the better the result will be. When the fly is out of the vise and picked out, start trimming with your scissors. It's going to take time. You might have to pick it out again, but don't. You want to cut hairs, 2, 3 at a time, not a bunch of fibers in your hand at once, making clean cuts. So this is the skill for this type of fly. Occasionally preen everything back and see what kind of shape the fly is taking. It doesn't always need to be cut, so you can pull material out too. A few more cuts here and there, but in general, I'm satisfied with the shape. You can see it's got a very slim front profile, but a taller side profile. Get the fly back in the vise. Time to add some eyes. Eye placement for this pattern is important. Most times you want it close to the eye of the hook, but start adding a couple drops of super glue a little bit further back. It'll help maintain the integrity of the head. You can start decorating with a permanent marker to add other features. When doing your marker work, you don't want the ink to bleed too much, so just tap, 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 and stroke, stroke, and take your time. Dabble. You could spend days sitting and trimming all the strays. At some point, you just gotta let it go. But I like the color. The gray fox with the lavender on the head makes it pop. When tying with synthetics, there is a lot of waste. It's messy, but this style's quite common. I think if you were using like EP fibers, they call it a EP style fly. This one, I forgot to mention, I think this one is called a bush pig, but the bush pigs that I saw didn't have any natural. Obviously, we added some natural material, the fur dubbing. The other point that I would make is if you're using thinner synthetic hair, you want to use a thinner thread, and go with smaller, sparser bunches, and you can do that if you're using a thinner thread. If you're using thicker material, use a thicker thread. But I think it's a style everyone should try. It's messy, but you can tie some really cool color combinations and different types of streamers. So give it a try.